Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Monday, January 27th. It is 6:22 right now. We got market opening up in about 8 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up this room real quick and we'll get started shortly with our analysis for today. It's got a few things here to update. And it looks like we should be good to go shortly. Get this link sent out to you guys here in the frame note. Yeah. So as people join in, I'm gonna go ahead and start marking up liquidity over here. Looking a little baggy today, but it doesn't stay this way. Or down to the 4 hour. Should be 1 hour. Down to the 10 minute. And back down to the 1 minute here. So, all right, guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Monday, January 27th. It is 6:26 right now. Market's gonna open in about 4 minutes. So hopefully everyone had a great weekend, ready to kick off this week. Got liquidity here marked up. So closest level of liquidity below is at 44,219. Closest level of liquidity above is at 42,249. So we got quite a bit of levels over here. Let me go over here to the bias chart. I'm gonna mark the bias from last week's market flows. Over here. Right there. Perfect. So it looks like we're probably going to be looking for some sells today. This is market structure from last week. So I've marked that up right there. Looks like we want price to stay below this pink box. Here again is our main chart. We have liquidity, right? We have a lot of liquidity in both ends, guys. So this is probably going to, it's probably going to wipe out a lot of this liquidity on open. I'll start marking up targets once the market here is kind of cleaned up a little bit. Looking over here at our clean chart, I'll come back and take a look at this later. This stuff's not really super necessary right now. Here is the SR chart. Mark up some SR zones real quick. That looks good. We'll come back and take a look at this later, guys. I marked up the support resistance right here using the SR indicator. So currently price is consolidating within these two zones right here. Here's the resistance, here's the support. Here's our clean chart. You can see price is kind of sitting around this 42,250 mark, this whole number. We'll come back and take a look at that a little later. Again, our market structure bias over here from last week is above. So we'll see if price stays above or below this area. Ideally, we want it to stay below here, but we'll see what happens when market opens. And here's liquidity getting knocked out right here pre-market. So closest level of liquidity above now is at 44,260. This is probably going to get hit here pre-market or on open. Looking at the breakout for today, guys, breakout here is going to be a buy. If you guys want to take it, feel free. Again, I'm going to be holding off on the breakout for a while until we can confirm the market has stabilized and it's going to be moving directional. Lately, it's been pretty choppy for the past couple weeks, if not months. We want market to be moving in a direction before we start taking these breakouts again. So breakout for today is going to be a buy. Looking over here at our main chart, it looks like buyers may be in control right now. Let's draw a green line right here. Sellers were in control right here, pre-market. Now the buyers are starting to swing back. So we have a double body rejection right here. It's kind of tricky. It's a double body rejection. This is not a good sign for a buy right now, but we'll see what happens here when market opens. Double body rejection right there. I'm looking over here at the time in sales. Looks like it's pretty mixed. All right, market is now open, guys. Breakout is currently running. Typically, a lot of people want to go for that one-to-one, so I'll mark up a line right here at the 50-point mark. 50 points are already hit, so if you guys are taking that breakout, you can move your stop loss and profit to the 50 points. Price is pushing to the full TP right there. It's almost there. And full TP right there for the breakout. If you guys took the breakout, full TP for 100 points. Time and sales are looking pretty good right now. Price is still pushing up pretty strong. A lot of buyers are in control right now. So there we go. Full TP for the breakout if you guys caught that 100 points. I don't know what that noise was. I don't know if you guys heard that. It was like an alarm noise. Oh, because there is a massive amount of orders coming in right now. It's from my time and sales. It's kind of a weird noise. It's like an alarm noise. I never heard it before because I never seen these big orders come in so quickly. So the breakout's actually looking good again, guys. I might start taking the breakout if we have some more movement like this. We haven't had movement like this in a long time. Typically, price will just consolidate and bounce around for a bit. So that's why I've been taking the breakout, but the breakout did hit here for a full TP. So I'll take a screenshot of that. Put that over here. Pretty nice breakout. I mean, it's the nicest breakout I've seen in a while. There we go. Full TP for that breakout. Let's go over to our main chart now. Or here's our market structure bias chart. It's inside the pink box right now. So you want to be careful about taking any trades in this area unless price comes back down. So we either want price to push above and outside this box and come up here, and then we'll probably start to look for some buys around this area. Or if it stays within this area, the thing that you want to be careful for is that when price is within this area here, this indicates that market structure is pretty much market structure right now is in the same area where it was on Friday for market close. So this just shows that market's in inefficient movement right now, and we want price to either push below here or above here. So we'll see what happens, but obviously we want to be smart about our entries today. It is Monday, so we got some time. All right, we got price starting to swing all the way back down now. I'm looking at the time and sales. Trying to see if the buyers or sellers are in control, but right now it looks like it's pretty mixed still. I see some heavy sell orders, but I also see some deep buy orders coming in right now. So looking at the ATR, ATR is currently at 29 ATR right now, so it's decent ATR. So pretty much all this liquidity got knocked out, guys. I'm gonna take this all off because all the liquidity is all done with, and I will mark up new liquidity. And these big orders are coming in right now like crazy. I don't know if you guys are hearing that alarm noise, but it's like I need to change that alert. Alerts kind of throws me off. It's so loud. Yeah, there's some huge orders coming in right now for some buys, pushing price up. Let me see if I could see it on this side. Yeah, there's like 50 contracts that were just filling for some buys right here at 633. So literally right now, someone or market maker institutions, there we go. There's huge buyers coming in. So there's a lot of buy pressure right now, guys. There's a 100 contract that just came in for buys, 50 contracts that came in for buys. So this is tricky. Yeah, the buys are definitely going to be in control today. It looks like at 6:30, there was 50 buy orders that came in that got filled. And then again at 6:33, another 50 orders. And then right now at 6:34, 150 buy orders that just came in. So there's a big player in the market right now that's pushing price. So I mean, these are huge orders. Trying to push price even higher. I was tempted to get in here for some micro scalps, but I don't know, it's just a little too tricky. The volatility is a little high. I don't want to get caught in a trap here. It looks like the volatility here is starting to kind of flatten out a little bit, but there were some huge buy orders that came in literally on this candle. So I'm gonna see if we get another huge buy order, I think it's gonna keep pushing up. However, looks like I mean they're starting to slow down here right now. So let's see. Yeah, Patricia said earnings heavy AI sell off right now. Brock said easy breakout, sold solid already. Nice work, Brock. Hey, Laura, morning. Yeah, so price here is still trying to push up. You guys can see here. I'm looking at the time and sales, so I'm looking at what orders are coming in. We have like a ton of like buy orders that came flooding in a little while ago. I'm trying to see if it holds. So if this here holds, we're gonna have an engulfing pattern right here. This might be a sign to possibly ride this up higher. The only problem is that we're right at the sessions right now. So I don't really want to take any trades around this area, but this is an engulfing pattern indicating that the buyers might come back into control. They've been in control for a while now, as you guys can see. I just, I think this is a little risky right now to be getting into any positions at this point. We do have another session right here too. This is like a whole red flag area, guys. So like, there we go. I mean, this would have been a nice entry for me to hop into, but you guys can see there's a red flag area right here, another red flag area right there too. You guys can see I marked up right here. This was an engulfing pattern, nice green candle right here, pushed up and it pushed through. This time and sales is really useful because it's showing me where the who's in control right now. We already knew the buyers were in control down here, and then it had more push from this area right here at the 633 price because like 200 orders came in for buys. I'm gonna keep looking for buys here though. It looks like the buyers are gonna be in control for today. So this would have been a nice entry, but it's okay. I'm gonna hold off on it for now. It's kind of be a little patient. Follow the time and sales. The alarm kind of freaked me out for a second, but now that I understand what the alarm is for, it's actually not bad. It's actually helpful. The buyers are definitely in control because I'm looking over here. There you go. Another huge buy order right here. someone is controlling the market right now. The market maker institution is they're pumping buys because 100 orders just came in right now. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily get in just yet, but I would follow, of course. I'm gonna follow here and see if I could get some sort of price action to indicate either retracement and then reversal back to the upside. But definitely I'm sticking to buys today, guys, for the most part. Because there's a ton of buy orders there's no big sell orders that are coming in. These are literally, it's crazy, 100 buy orders at 6:37 and 40 seconds, 100 buy orders at 6:33, 50 buy orders at 6:33, 50 buy orders at 6. They're putting in bulk orders right now. Like whoever is putting in these orders, they like every 3 minutes, they're putting in like another 50 to 100 orders for buys. I mean, if you want to hold on to it, you guys can get in and hold on. You can see the buyers here are in control, of course. There's a big player in the market right now pushing price up. I'm like, fuck, I should have taken the breakout. Like now that I see the big, huge buy orders right here, I'm like, damn, I should have taken that breakout because they've been stuffing these buys since 6:30, 6:30, 6:33, 6:36, 6:39. They're probably gonna pump another buy over here pretty soon. But yeah, there's a lot of buy orders in there. They haven't offloaded yet. They're still holding on to them. So I'll keep looking here. If I hear another alarm, I might just get in. I don't, because I mean, they're pumping price right now, of course. I'm glad I bought this time and sale. It's actually worth it. I'm paying like, I think 20 bucks a month for it. And the time and sales help a lot because I can see where these big orders are coming in from. I think it's a little too late to get in. I'm gonna look for a retracement here and then look for a price action. So what I'm gonna look for here is I'm gonna look for either like a V1 variation. And I'll get my account login first. All right, the sellers are trying to push price down a little bit. So what I'm going to be looking for here is I'm going to be looking for a price action pattern. So I'll be looking for price retrace here, give me a V1 variation, double body or double wick, and then possibly maybe even an engulfing pattern. So I'll look for price to come down a little bit. Maybe give me an engulfing pattern. Let's see if if these big orders are going to come back in. I'm going to look for some big orders for the sell side too. I mean, the sellers they're starting to sell off right now. They put in a shitload, like a ton of buy orders. There's a couple of big buy orders that just came in, 14 contracts, 5 contracts. I still think the buyers are in control here. We'll see. They're starting to. So there's some distribution right now, profit. So like basically they pumped price here at 6:33. 6:30 they pump price. 6:33 they pump price. 6:34 they pump price, and then 6:37 they pump price. So the last time they pumped price is right here at 6:37. And it looks like they got up about 50 points, and then they started to just offload their buys. But there's no huge sell orders coming in. There's like small ones, like 1 contracts. I'm curious if I should set my alerts to like 20 contracts for the alarm. We do have news coming up today too, guys. So something to keep in mind. We have high impact news at 7 o'clock. So that's something to look out for. Medium impact at 7:30. We got price pushing back up right here. ETR is currently at 37. So Barack, I don't know if your strategy will work well in this type of market. The Yeah, I don't know if your strategy will work well. The ATR is kind of high right now. And kind of too big too. All right, looking at the time and sales. It's pretty mixed. I think price here is going to consolidate a little bit. I'm going to wait for like one of those big orders to come in again. Once the big orders come in, then possibly big push. Yeah, a lot of small orders come in, so I think there's gonna be consolidation for a little bit. I see a 5 order for a buy right here that just came in. Not a lot, just a decent amount. Spread right now is at 2. All right, so I'm just gonna sit tight. We're currently at the sessions right now. It's like price is gonna consolidate here for a little bit. Hey Sam, Sam's asking, is the gap above fill? Which gap are you talking about? Sam, I don't see any gaps over here. I'm assuming so if I don't see it. Let me turn on the liquidity real quick. So there's a huge gap right here down the middle. This is the 1 hour time frame. These are the 1 hour. Actually, turn these off. So there's a 10-minute gap right here, obviously from the breakout. Gap down here as well. So I don't see any upper gaps, or at least not that I can see. Or there's one gap that's right here. Sam, it came and touched it, but it didn't actually break past it. So when it pushed up all the way up like that, it got to that gap right here. This is a gap on the 1 hour time frame. So this was from last week, or it was from market open actually, from Sunday. So the gap has not been filled yet. I mean, it's been touched. It actually did get filled. It get filled, but it didn't break through it. So that's a gap from market open on Sunday. All right, so I mean, I guess I could leave that up there. It's not a big deal. It's not in the way. So this pink box right here, guys, is the gap from market open on Sunday yesterday. So when market reopened for the week, this is where the gap was. Price came up and pretty much it pushed through it, but it didn't actually close above it. So it filled right there. And now let's see what happens here. I mean, price is kind of just going sideways at this point. I'm looking at the time and sales, and that's pretty mixed. So there's not like one side that's currently in control. I'll take this off. I'm going to mark up a red line right here. This is going to indicate that the sellers are currently in control right now. So I have a green line right here. This indicated that the buyers were in control. Price pushed up very heavily. Right here, I have a red line marked up showing that the sellers are in control. I don't know if they're fully in control right now, but they are currently pushing price down. So we'll see if we get this to push down and then come right back up. Barack, for your entry over here for your strategy, we'll just call your strategy like a NPS V2 for now. For the NPS V2, basically it's in this area of red flags, so can't really take any trades in this area. Even if we wanted to take some inside bars for momentum reversal, there's an inside bar right here, but it's right middle of the red flags. Same with the V1s. We can't really take any V1s here either. So it is it's tough. See, CHM said lately my connection is sabotaging my trade right now. It's about 6 a.m. Hope I didn't miss much. Well, yeah, you only missed the breakout right here. So if you weren't planning on taking the breakout, you didn't really miss much. There was an engulfing pattern right here, but it was at the session, so I didn't want to take it because obviously my red flags. So you didn't really miss too much. I mean, there was a lot of movement, a lot of volatility, a lot of opportunity, but I wouldn't say they were safe opportunity. It was more so, kind of tricky from where price is currently at. So yeah, the red flags are key. I gotta stay away from these red flags. That's probably like my biggest thing to follow. Strategy, I wouldn't say is like super key because whatever comes up, I'll indicate it and I'll tell you what's going to happen. Like this right here was a good entry, but it was like right at the red flag in between both, so I didn't take it. But you can see it played out perfect right there. So the good thing is the analysis is working. The bad thing is that we're in the middle of all of these red flags. So it's all good. I mean, I'm not forcing any trades here. I'm looking at the time and sales to see who's in control. The sellers are starting to take control right now. It looks like all the buys here are starting to offload. So all these buys here filled up. There was a market maker institution that was dropping like hundreds of orders for buys. So this pushed up. They put a big order right here at 630. They put another big order here at 633. Another one at 637. And then right there, they kind of phased off. So they put their big orders here to pump price. And then now they're distributing profits. They're selling off, slowly offsetting their profits here. This price comes down lower. So I'm just waiting to see if like there's another big order or some orders that will come in and probably push price again. If that's the case, then great. And then we'll look for that here to happen. But as of now, I'm just going to wait. So I'm looking for a reversal pattern down here. I'm looking mainly for a V1 variation, looking for like a double body or double wick rejection. And then at that point, maybe price will swing back up here for a buy, right? So I'll be looking for that. I'm looking for the volatility here to kind of pick back up in one direction. Like I said, I'm looking at the time and sales. If you guys are not familiar with the time and sales, I basically see all the orders that are coming in. I'm paying a little extra for this level 2 data so that I can see these big orders come in. I see a 25 order come in for a sell right now. Let me see where it came in from. The 25 contract just came in at 650. So literally right now, 650 and 9 seconds. It's not a huge order though. I think anything above 50 is a huge order. So 20 contracts is more than average, but it's not out of the blue. All right, so I'm going to see here if price pushes back up. If this becomes the case and price pushes back up, like I said, I'll put a green line right here to indicate that the buyers are in control. However, right now the sellers are still in control. So we get that push back up. Again, we got news over here at 7 o'clock, guys. It's coming up in about 9 minutes. You might want to be careful with any entries. If you do take any entries, you want to try to probably get in and out very quickly. So we'll have to see. Glenn's asking, aren't we doing the microscopes today? I'm not doing any microscopes today because I'm trading the hedge accounts. I'm trading them all on one laptop today. So I can't really take the microscopes on the hedge with the hedge accounts because it's too volatile. I'm trading like 40 accounts today. So no, I'm not gonna take, I would take microscopes if I was only trading my Apex accounts, but I'm trading everything today. So everything is on one laptop today, on my scalp laptop. I can't really do microscopes when I'm trading like 40 accounts. It's too fast. And if I ever get any errors, it's not gonna be a good thing because I have to make sure that they can, they all close properly. So yeah, no microscopes for me today. If the volatility gets really high, like if we have ATR above 40, then yeah, I'll switch over to just my Apex accounts and I'll trade microscopes. But as of now, not going to take any microscopes, at least not yet. The volatility is not high enough. It needs to be a bit higher for the microscopes to work very well. I mean, the microscopes did hit though. If you guys took any of the microscopes here, this one over here hit for like about 30 points. This one over here hit for like 4 points. This one over here hit for like about 30 points. So yeah, on open, the micro scalps work perfect. But at this point now, the volatility here is kind of flat. So, I mean, the cutoff for micro scalps is 7 anyways. So you can see over here, price is kind of consolidating a little bit. If this here continues to push up higher, guys, again, like I said, the buyers might be back in control. So I'll put that green line there just in case. If you guys are not familiar with this, basically I put a red line here. So a green line is going to indicate the buyers are in control. The red line is going to indicate the sellers are in control. If I put another green line there, buyers are back in control. The blue lines here are upcoming news events. So we got news coming up right here at 7. We have news coming up right here at 7:30. This is a high impact news event, so you might want to be careful with entries if you are looking to take anything here. Just want to be careful. You want to be smart about your entries. What I've been looking over here too is I kind of marked up the volume chart just to see like where the big orders or the big, all the big stuff came in from. So there's a lot of volume right here, obviously down here. Point of control is bullish right now, so obviously it is the buys are in control. Looking over here at this chart, it's currently in the same market structure as yesterday. So you can see over here, price was pushing up and then now it became inefficient because it's right in the middle. These black lines right here are going to indicate, so the middle one is going to be the yesterday market close. Yesterday market close low. And this isn't yesterday, this is from Friday, but basically yesterday, the day that was still open. Market was open. All right, so buyers are currently pushing right now. This could be, we're too close to news right now. So I was looking for a possible engulfing. Like this could be an engulfing candle right here, which is going to indicate that the price is going to go back up higher. This is a reversal pattern back to the upside. The only problem is that we have news right here at 7 o'clock, guys. So I'm going to sit out right now and just wait for this here to kind of smooth it out before I start taking anything. If you guys are looking to take anything here, I would be very careful. We have high impact news event right here at 7 o'clock, new home sales. So we got new home sales month over month. It's indicated or it's anticipated to be negative. New home sales for December, it is anticipated to be bullish, but more on the neutral side. So we have possible negative news coming up right here at 7 o'clock. You guys can see here the market's pretty flat. It's just waiting for news here to pass. Once news passes, we'll have about 30 minutes to look for another entry. We have medium impact news coming up over here at 7:30, which is Dallas Fed Manufacturing Index. I'll try to get into something in between then, but of course, I'm not going to force anything here. I'm looking at the time and sales, and there's no specific direction that's currently in control. If price comes back down from this area, I'm just going to take this off because it looks like the sellers have been in control this whole time. It's just been consolidation. Right, the sellers got in control right here and then just consolidated and ranged sideways. The buyers never really came back into control yet, so. Let's see. The good thing with this here is that you can see the market structure, like the volume profile here. So like basically we had bullish push right here. So the buyers came in control and then now they're starting to sell off their buys. So price came up. Now the buyers are starting to sell off their and take profit. So as they take profit here, price is now starting to consolidate. Once price is done consolidating around this area, it's going to either come back, the buyers are going to come back into control, like the same buyers who put in the huge orders right here are going to push it back up higher, or they're just going to keep selling off and then price is going to slowly trickle down until we have some sort of direction here. But I'm going to take this green bar off right now because it doesn't look like the buyers ever came back into control. Once this news here passes, I think this is going to be a good indication of like where price is likely to continue pushing from. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens here shortly. We got 3 minutes till news. We're looking at the time of sales. Looks like, there's some huge sell orders that just came in right now. I thought I was gonna see the buy orders coming back in, but they're pretty mixed. Yeah, when I look at the time and sales here, and if you guys are not familiar with the time and sales, I posted a screenshot of it last week. So here is what the time and sales looks like. I'm basically looking at all these orders coming in. It has a timestamp there when the orders come in, and it has the price, and then it has the orders right there. So I'm looking at this right here. It's like kind of mixed. So it shows that we're getting consolidation, but when there's a bunch of buys or a bunch of sells, it shows that one side is in control. We got some profits over here from Jonathan. Jonathan just killed it. So Jonathan took the breakout for the day. He locked in about 3,000. Amazing profit right there. He caught the full 100-point move. So amazing profit right there, Jonathan. You killed it. Yeah, we'll keep looking for some more entries here. There's nothing for us to take at the moment. Got news in about 2 minutes, so it's going to be patient. Wait for this here to pass. Barack said connection messing me back. I need to check it out. Time and sales. So to use time, yeah, you can look up videos on time and sales, Barack. But you would need the Ninja Trader platform, and you would need level 2 data. So you would need level 2 data to see the actual orders come in. It's a little more. I pay about I think $20 a month for the data, but I think it's worth it because it can show me exactly where the orders are coming in from, especially since we're day trading and scalping. It's really key to know where the orders are coming in from. So we got news coming up in about 30 seconds, guys. I'm going to keep looking at the time and sales to see who's pushing price from the news. I don't know if it's going to have a huge impact. Might not. Ideally, I would say it would have a moderate effect on the market. Yeah, I just saw 13 contracts come in for buys right now. Looks like someone's going to try to hope for a price to push up. 13 contracts for buys then right now. See if this pushes up on news. Someone's taking a bet. It's not a market maker. It's only 13 contracts. It's not huge. Seeing a lot of buy orders from a flood in right here. Check the bigger contracts. That's pretty mixed. Okay, so the news happened right here, guys. You guys can see not really much happened from the news event. I'll just mark up pink line right there for news price. So there goes news right there. Obviously very anticlimactic. Nothing really happened there too much. Seeing there's some buyers trying to push price though. So I see an influx of bigger orders. I see a 20 contract that sells that just came in right now. Came in at 48 seconds. So they literally just put that in. A lot of big buy contracts here. Saw 20 contracts for buys. It's pretty mixed. So there's not enough to really push price. There's a bunch of small seller orders coming in. I just saw about 30 sell orders come in right now. So they're kind of fighting for price right now. I'm seeing 20 orders come in for buys, seeing 30 orders come in for sells, 10 orders for buys. It's not enough to push price, really in a direction. They're kind of just fighting for price right now. So not much of a reaction to the news here. Let's go and check the news that came out. So the news here was actually positive. News was positive, and I mean, they're fighting to push price up and down. I'm just waiting for one of those big orders to come in again, because that big order is going to indicate, who's in control or who's really trying to push price. The biggest order I saw come in right now was basically 10 orders or 15 orders for a buy, but it was pretty much a bounce back because the 20 order for sells just came in right after it. All right, we just gotta wait for price to come out of this area, guys. Ideally, that's kind of the only thing we can look for and hope for here. We currently have a double wick rejection right here too. So with this double wick rejection, this could be a possible V1 pattern. This is a reversal pattern to the upside. So if this here closes with a double wick, and I see some big buy orders come in, price may likely push up. and at least aim for the liquidity target right here. Right, I'm not going to take this entry, but I'm going to follow it. I'm going to see if any, there's a lot of buyers coming in right now, actually. So this is a double wick rejection. So I'll watch it right here. And I'll see, your strategy actually came up right here, Barack. The MPS V2. So price, we had a buy signal right here, price retraced. And then it came back up right here. So there was an entry for you. I don't know if you saw it, Barack. You probably weren't paying attention to it, but your entry actually hit right there. Yeah, Barack said he saw it, but red flag. Yeah, it was right before news, so I wouldn't have taken it. It was too close to news. It was like literally on the news candle, actually, yeah, that you mentioned it. Yeah, I mean, that would have been a nice entry, but it was right before news. I'm glad you sat out on that, Brock, because we just talked about that too, the whole red flag thing. That was a nice setup though. So the volatility here is starting to die down a little bit. Oops. The volatility here is starting to die down a little bit. So this is indicating that markets here starting to stabilize a little bit. Because obviously it was pushing pretty crazy with this over here on open. Looking over here, the sellers are still in control, guys. So like from what I see here, the buyers never really came back into the market. Or actually they did. So I'll do this. I'll try to break it down a little more. I know it's gonna be a little messy, but I think it's better to chop it up than to have like one big area. So again, right here, I have a green bar right here. This indicates that the buyers were in control to push price up. Right here, we have a red bar. So this indicates that the sellers were in control. Green bar, buyers push price up. And then right here, price is now coming right back down further. So we will we'll see what happens here as price continues along. Let's see. Williams said after all this time, finally got approved with Apex 1,989, first payout ever. Nice work, William. Congrats to you. I know it's been a long time coming with you. I know it's been a back and forth every time we speak. It's like, Sean, I'm doing great. And then the next day, like I blew my accounts. And Sean, I'm doing great, blew my accounts. And you always ask me for advice, and I always tell you, you gotta stay consistent. Looks like you stayed consistent for, I would guess, a month or two. So that's a big step, William. I mean, it's taken you a while to find that consistency, but now you just got to keep it up. And now you know that Apex isn't isn't scamming. I know a lot of people like talk down on Apex, but Apex is good if you follow the rules. If you guys can follow the rules, they pay out. It's crazy because every time I get I post my profits anywhere, someone always asks me if Apex is paying out. William's an example right there. He's another person who's gotten paid out by Apex. It's just, I know the prop firm space is scammy, but Apex is definitely, they're not scamming at all. I think they're pretty legitimate, and they've been pretty consistent with payouts and stuff. Yeah, so Christian over here mentioned there's a V1 variation. It was right at the red flag though, unfortunately. Double body rejection right there, but it's right at this purple line right here, which is the session. Yeah, William said, yeah, I doubted Apex at some point, but they are legit. Yeah, 100%. I mean, they're good. If you're gonna scalp or you're gonna day trade or take short trades, I think Apex is a good option. If you want to swing trade and stuff like that, definitely not with Apex because their trailing drawdown is tough if you don't get out of your positions quick enough. All right, guys, we're just getting a lot of consolidation right here, as you guys can see. Ton of consolidation. We're stuck at this red flag right here. I'm looking at the time and sales. It is pretty mixed. I don't see any big orders right now. I'm seeing some deep buy orders that are coming in. So it looks like they're trying to push price back up. At 7:07 and 27 seconds, that was when the bigger buy orders started to come in. Let's go over here to the volume chart real quick. So point of control has moved up a little bit, guys. You can see over here that there's like not really much of control, right? Point of control indicates like where all the volume is kind of sitting. This is where the most volume is sitting right now. And price can't really push away from this area. So typically you might want to see price push to the upside or to the downside. I like looking at the volume chart on the 30-second actually. I think the 30-second is a lot more clear to see volume here. So again, price is still stuck right here at point of control. And we'll just kind of see where price pushes from here. So we got price pushing up. I'm looking at the time of sales. It is, I mean, it's still kind of mixed. There's more buyers though, for sure. There's more buyers that are trying to push price up, but it's still a little mixed. I think for the most part, we want price to break out of this area right here, this full consolidation zone. Here's the clean chart. So I'll go over here and I'll mark up, mark this up. Okay, so here's our clean chart. You guys can see the consolidation here is a lot more obvious, right? Consolidating down this middle area right here. It's a 50-point consolidation. It's between the 44,500 and the 44,450 mark. So this is kind of just where price is going right now, sideways. Let's go over here to our SR chart. I mean, the SRs are far out now. We got a support level right here. Price does, if it does come down, possibly bounce off that. But other than that, not much. So there's a support zone right here. Price is kind of just bouncing off it, sitting around this area. Clean chart, price is going sideways. Main chart over here, price is also going sideways. There's liquidity on both ends too. Yeah, there's not much here to work with. So I'll keep waiting here to see as price. I'm hoping we get some movement before news here. The news at 7:30 is medium impact, so it's probably not going to affect the market too much, but you know, it's still medium impact news nonetheless. So we'll still keep that in mind. Christian said Rocket 21, I would say, is the clearest scam. Had a lot of friends getting denied payouts and weird prices. Yeah, no. You know, the thing with that one is that, and I hate to say it, but it's like it'd be your own people that that scam you, right? Because that Rocket 21 company, they were like targeting a lot of Spanish speakers. So like people from South America, people from Colombia, people from Mexico, like people from like those areas. It was only for like it's mainly for Spanish speakers, and then they pretty much scammed their own people. Like it was like two guys. It was, and I'm not gonna say their names because I don't want to. But if you guys look them up, you'll see who ran those groups. There are people like there were like previous IML people, and I know it sucks, Christian, but yeah, they were running on a forex broker, so like obviously they were running off like their own server. That's the thing. That's why I like sticking to futures now because you know we trade with the actual real price. Like this is the exchange price versus if you're trading with a forex broker or a broker that's trading on indices, they can just set up any price they want. They can set up their own spread, they can set up their own price, they can scam people very easily. But with futures, you can't really do that because we're trading on the centralized exchange. Like we're trading YM. If you look at US30, like if you look at any of these right here for US30, any of these brokers, the price is going to be different. So that's why it sucks because like you can't put strategies where you know the pricing will be different. If you type in YM, there's only one YM here. So it's only one price. So if you're trading futures, you're always going to have the same price. You're not going to get caught up with like some bootleg spread or like random price spikes and stuff like that. Everything here is kind of centralized. Yeah, Christian said he knows who they were. Yeah. And it's crazy. You look at those guys now, they have like crazy mansions and they have Bugattis and all this stuff. Like, how do you think they afforded that stuff? It wasn't from trading, it was from it was from the prop firm scams. I thought they shut down, but I'm assuming they're still up there. Yeah, because I know they shut down for a little bit. They had some excuse that there's always some excuse, right? When a prop firm shuts down, they say that the government is taking them down or something. But realistically, they probably just ran out of money and they needed to make more before they can keep keep the company going. I only know this because I know prop firm owners and I know the scam behind it. It's people always ask me if I would open a prop firm at some point. I thought about opening up a prop firm, but shit, damn, that shit was. I don't know if you guys are hearing that noise. The alarm is like really loud. So there's a big sell order that just came in on the time it sells. A 50 contract already came in at 713. Yeah, right here on the specific candle. So 713 at 5 seconds. A 50 contract seller just came in. The sellers might be back in control now, guys. There's obviously somebody who's trying to push price in this direction. I gotta change that alarm. That alarm scares me. It's a little loud. Let's see, alert one. Let's change it to alert two. See if this one's any better. It's just that alarm it startles me when I hear it. It's super, super loud. I don't know if you guys can hear it on your end, but it's like really loud. It sounds like when your phone gets the that alert, like an Amber Alert or something. All right, so we got price here going sideways still. There's not really much going on. The sellers were not able to get in control with that one order that came in. I mean, we'll see. There might be more orders that might start to fluctuate as we continue, but yeah, at 713, 150 contract came in, and then it was followed by a 19 contract, 15 contract. They're putting in a cluster of sells right here. I think they're trying to push price down, and then hopefully they're hoping that people would follow, but it's not looking like people are following. It's interesting to see these big orders come in because I'm wondering who's putting in these big orders aside from, I mean, obviously hedge funds, and I guess it could be someone like me because like for me, I'm trading. Yeah, no, it could be like someone like me because like whenever I take the breakout, let's see, I have like about how many accounts? About like 30 accounts on average. We're dropping like maybe 5 contracts each. Oh yeah. So it might be someone smaller like me putting in these contracts because I'm every time I take the breakout with all the hedge accounts, I'm putting in about 150 contracts. So I guess these big orders they might not be huge hedge funds. They might just be smaller hedge funds like myself. If I see like a big 500 contract order, then okay, that's a huge hedge fund. But yeah, typically when I take the breakout with all the hedge accounts, I'm putting in about 150 contracts across all accounts. Let's see, Samson, my buy starts at 44 325, or at least wait for this range breakout. FOMC phobia. Yeah, this is FOMC week, guys. I think we have FOMC on Wednesday, right? Yeah, so we have the Fed FOMC press conference on Wednesday, and then I think the minutes come out after. Yeah, this is the first Fed week, first Fed meeting of the year. So yeah, like what Sam said, Fed FOMC phobia, people are scared because we do have the interest rate decision right here. I don't think there's going to be any changes, but on Wednesday the interest rate is going to come out. The update for this month. I think it's going to stay at 4 or 5. I don't think it's going to change. All right, so it looks like the sellers are starting to push price down. Looks like we're starting to have people follow that big sell order that came in earlier. We had a couple big orders here come in. We had about 5, 10, 20 sell orders come in. It's not enough to really push price though. So here, I'll just mark up some more high lows right here. So whenever you guys see these, whenever you see a big cluster of these blue lines, basically these liquidity targets, this just shows you that there's no direction of price. because there's a bunch of high lows that are untested on both ends. Eventually price is going to break out, above, or it's going to break out below, but we just don't really have that here right now. Barack, looks like your entry came up right here, but again, it was at a red flag. So this is probably, another good one that we skipped. So looking at this here, yeah, this one would have lost, Barack. So I think it's really key that you avoid these red flags, because you can see over here, like this one would have won, or not this one. Was it this one? Yeah. So this one would have won, but this one would have lost. So you kind of would have balanced out, right? So it's better to just not take any of them and then still be at neutral. Yeah, Brox, yes, waiting for us to get out of those red flag zones. Yeah, same here. It's waiting for that here to break out of this area. I mean, it's still consolidating. The same area where it was consolidating at earlier, right here down the middle, it's still in that same area. So I'm looking for price to break above it or break below it. Doesn't matter which direction, but we do want price to break out of this area here so that we can start to have some direction. Let's see. 716. The last time big orders came in were around 716. It's a lot of sell orders that came in around that time. It's not enough to push price though. So yeah, it's not enough to push price right now. I was hoping Monday would be a lot more of a directional day, but we had the direction right here on open, and then it just flattened out. This is usually where I try to take these micro scalps. But it's all good. 30 ATR right now, so the volatility is pretty decent. Market is moving. It's just it's not moving in a direction. It's just going back and forth. Taking a look over here at the time and sales. Let's see if the buyers are trying to take control. I saw about so there's about 40 orders that came in right now for a buy. Not a lot, but enough to push price the other way. Oh, there's a ton of sell orders that just came in right now. They got filled at a high price. Yeah, and you can see right there, price came right back down. So price was pushing up, and then all of a sudden a bunch of sell orders. I'm assuming they had a bunch of sell orders that are just right here. Um, they had a bunch of sell orders just waiting right here to knock it back down. But here, let me do this. So let's got that area. And we got this area. Just gonna draw. Man, that alert wasn't any better. So we have a big buy order that just came in, 50 contracts for a buy that just came in. Uh I still don't like that alert sound. Let me see if I can change it to the next one. Alert 3. Let's see if this is any better. All right, so here's the current range consolidation. It's kind of just going back and forth between this area. We had a 50 contract come in for a buy. It came in at, let me see. It came in at 721.22. So on this previous candle right here, there's a 50 contracts that just got filled for a buy. They got filled at 44,500. So it actually got filled really bad. They got a horrible entry on that one. It was a limit order though, so I mean I'm surprised. They got him for 50 contracts at way up at this very high of this candle. And then they just got knocked back down. So I mean, it didn't come down that much. It came down maybe 30 points. So nothing crazy. Oh yeah, PC said timing cells also show stop orders getting filled too. Yeah, you're right, 100%. So that could have been oh yeah, you're right. So that could have been a seller. So looking at the seller here, it looks like they might have gotten wiped out right there too. That looks more like it, right? PC. Yeah, so there was 50 contracts here. It looks like it might have been a seller who was chasing the sell here. You know what? It might have been that big seller from earlier. Let me check what time the big seller got in from. So the big seller got in at 44.50. I'm just kind of curious. I want to see where he got out from. 44, 444.50. So he got in down here for a sell. And then that other one got out right here at the 500. Let me measure this to see how big of a move that was. Yeah, 50-point stop loss. It looks like that person who got in for a sell right here, they just got stopped out right there. This price came up, came back up, and then it stopped them out right there. There's a 50-point stop loss. They got stopped out for 50 points or 50 contracts. Damn, that's crazy. How much money is that? So 50 times 5 times 50. Fuck, he lost 12,500 in that like couple minutes right there. Thanks, PC. I didn't even think about that, but you know that obviously that seems like the same person who got stopped out right there for the sell because he got in at like 713 and then the other order got filled over here at 721. So he was in the position for like about 10 minutes and it looks like he got stopped out, whoever took that 50 contract there. That's crazy. All right, we're finally out of the zone here, guys. Let me clean this up. The only downside here is that now we're stuck at this red flag area. Let's see if we can maybe get in Brock for like a small entry here. So what we would need is we need a small retracement, price push up, retrace, and then push back from there. Oh, and this was a triple confluence. I don't know if anybody saw that aside from Sam. There's a triple confluence right here. Broke past this higher high. So buyers are back in control. I'm going to mark this up right here as green bar. So the buyers are, we'll see if it holds. I don't know if this will hold, but nice. So Barack actually got into the position here already. He got in for it, got out for 20 points. So nice little move right there. If you guys got that for a triple confluence. So I'll be looking over here for your possible entry for you, Barack, and liquidity as well. Yeah, there's a lot of setups here because there's a bunch of liquidity sitting up here. There's a triple confluence plus liquidity plus setup right there. Here's your entry right here that might come up, Barack. This might be your setup right here. It's kind of close to news though. We got news at 7:30. Like you have to be in and out of this position very quickly. The only downside is that's going to be close to the sessions right there. I've got about 20 seconds left on it. Panel basically has to close green. If it closes green, it'll be a setup for you. If it doesn't, then it's not going to be a setup. It's not looking like it, Brock. No entry there. Yeah, nothing there for you. Fortunately, no entry there. This next candle could be it though. Next one might be it. Yeah, Barack said, yeah, LOL, denied entry. It's all good. The good thing is that you're being patient about it and you're not forcing any entries here. This could be a good setup. This could be a double weight rejection right here, guys. So reversal pattern down here plus confluence for Barack's entry. So like in 30 seconds right here, Barack might be your entry. 20 seconds here. I'm looking for the time and sales to see if anything shows. Big buy order right here, guys. 80 contracts. So this right here might be your entry, bro. Get it right there.
Order submitted.
Right, so this is pushing up right here, bro. It's gonna be close to
Order submitted.
the session though, so might have to get out earlier. We'll see. We'll follow it. Okay, so that alert's a little better. I think a bullseye. I just following the time and sales over here. Buyers look like they can control. Yeah, 88 contracts at 727. And then the buyers push. Get that TP. All right, we out, bro.
Order filled.
We out, baby. Locked in some pretty good profit right there. Yeah, I got to take that on a lot of accounts. Shit, that's a lot. I got a lot of accounts. I don't even know how many. I can't even take a full screenshot of this, guys. There's way too many accounts here that I took it with. I think I took it with about 40 accounts, that trade. Yeah, that was a nice entry. Thanks, Brock. Got the NPS V2 right there. Played out perfect. So like the time and sales came in like in clutch right here, guys. Super, super clutch because I was able to get in a little earlier before the candle closed. You guys can see my order right here. My buy happened on this candle. I got in right there and I got out right there. 20 points. The time and sales was like super clutch because I saw this buyer come in with 88 contracts. Such a weird number. Like, who comes in with 88 contracts? And then another buyer came in at 728 with 100 contracts. So we had one down here, and I'll take a screenshot of this so that you guys can see. I'm gonna show you guys. It looks kind of crazy here. I'm gonna take a screenshot of my whole screen so that you guys can see here. There's news coming up, so I'm not gonna take anything here anyways. But let me take a screenshot of. How do I just take a full screenshot? Am I able to do that? That's not sure. Make sure I don't have any private info here. Okay, I think we're good. So I will show you guys my accounts. I got way too many accounts here, guys. I don't even know how I'm going to screenshot my profits. I might have to take separate screenshots. But anyways, let me post this over here real quick. I just kind of want to show you guys the time and sales because it's crazy. I'm surprised I never used this before. I used DOM before and level 2, but not time and sales. But this, it just lined up perfect, everything. It's right there. And I'll also put this in the team chat so that you guys can see this here too. I'll just tag everyone. So, I mean, you guys don't really need time and sales because I'll basically be telling you guys, the stuff that comes in anyways. So, yeah, here are my profits. All right, let me just close this down real quick. Or not close this down, I'm just gonna close my Zoom or my Discord. I'll keep looking for entries here. I'm not done trading. We got news right here that just came up. This was Dallas Fed Manufacturing Index. Let's check the news real quick. So the news was positive. We're at the sessions right now, so there's nothing for us to take at the moment, which is fine. But the setup here is perfect. Let me show you guys my thing. Okay, so here is here's what my screen looks like. So you guys can see I have my copier here. I have like 40 accounts that are copying. Here are all my profits. I locked in quite a bit. So I locked in, I mean, I'm gonna try to do the math here, but I'll just do a rough estimate, like 1,000, we'll say like about 20,000 on this because I have 20 Apex accounts where I locked in a couple over 1,000, couple over 600, and then I have my Tradeify accounts, and then I have my Purdy account, and then I have all of the hedge accounts over here as well. But what I wanted to show you guys was this right here. Let me see if I can just download this photo. Yeah, so this is the confluence that I used right here. So I was already looking for, the entry right here. You guys can tell like 40 accounts. I'll try to do the math later at the end of the session, but this is what like triggered my buys. So like I saw this right here. This is before the count closed, and I was like, oh shit, like 88 orders that just came in. Like that's cool. And I'm looking for a buy anyways. And then right here, we were already in the position. Then at 728, I saw 100 orders come in, and I was like, damn, okay, this is gonna shoot up. And that's where the spike came up and it hit our CP. So I use so many confluences here. I use my strategy. So of course my catalyst for entry was my own strategy. We had the NPSV2 come up, and then I was waiting for this candle to close. As soon as the candle closed, I used this confluence here to confirm that the buyers were actually in control. I don't know if anybody knows what this H means. I don't know what the H means right here. I need to figure out what that means. But yeah, these are the two things I saw. I took that, I got in a little earlier, and then yeah, it played out perfect. So there goes my profit so far. As you guys can see, I locked in some pretty good profits. I'll keep looking for entries here, but other than that, I just don't see anything here at the moment because we're currently at the sessions. So it wouldn't really matter. We're at the red flag. And we'll just kind of wait for this here to move away from it. So basically break above it, or if it needs to come back down, even come back below from here. Okay, thanks, BC. So the H means high. Now I'm still trying to figure out what everything here means, but thanks for letting me know. So now I know that that means high. Okay, I think I understand what everything means now. This means high, time, price, contract, and this is my alert, the B. Yeah, perfect. I'll keep you. Yeah, I think this is. I mean, I made my money's worth on this tool. I paid like 20 bucks for it, but I made my money's worth on this entry right here. This is the first time I've ever traded this many accounts, guys. I'm glad it worked out fine, but this is the first time I've traded this many accounts. I was kind of worried to trade this many accounts because I wasn't sure if the copier could handle it, but I mean, thankfully it did. Yeah, everything here. Bullseye noise. Got 50 contracts for a sell that just came in. Okay, so that alert sound is a little better. It's not a crazy like red alert noise or anything. It's just a bullseye noise whenever it happens. So again, guys, we're just waiting for price to push away from this. It's not necessarily a good time to take any trades. We're at a red flag. The sellers are trying to get in control, but they're not having much luck right now. You see, this guy took a sell at. So I think that the 50 contract that came in, it was just the person from earlier who dropped 100 contracts. So he got in at 44,575. Let's see, he got in right here, 44,575. Looks like he just sold out of his contracts. So he got in right there, and then he just sold off right there above. Looks like he sold it for a small loss. He sold off half of his position. So he got in right here, and he probably realized that market here is kind of going flat, so he sold off half of his position. So that was probably one of the buyers that came in with, unless it was a guy from earlier who came in with 88 contracts down here and sold off like majority of his position. Starting to make a lot more sense now, these time and sales. It's like you can see the patterns of people getting in, getting out. Like someone who's putting a huge order, it's basically like me. Like when I'm taking the breakout, if I'm putting in like 150 contracts and then I'm removing 150 contracts, it's obviously the same person. Um, I just find it a little interesting when they drop in like kind of random contract numbers. Oh, ah. All right, Sam's done for the day. Sam said, see you guys. I got the best out of the market. See you tomorrow. Yeah, so Sam got in for the triple confluence, right? I'm assuming he held on to it for a while. Probably loaded up to the sessions. About a 50-point move. Price here is now still consolidating sideways. Not really much here to work with. So let's go ahead and draw some zones here. All right, so we got some consolidation right here, obviously back and forth. If you look at the clean chart, there goes the consolidation. Go to the SR chart and these zones up here. Not really. The volatility is a little flat now, so not really too much to work with here. All right, we got this huge candle here. I didn't see any big orders come in, but was it influx of smaller orders pushing price back up higher? Let me check if there was any big orders that came in with it. No. It's a bunch of small one contract orders that push price up right here. Again, you can see prices having trouble getting past the sessions. This is why we don't trade around the sessions. I'll hold off on that. See, Talisha is asking, would you take a second entry, same signal? So it kind of depends. Depends on the price action, Talisha. Like I personally, or no, for rock strategy, I wouldn't. But if I saw a different price action pattern, like if I saw an engulfing pattern, so like this one over here was like there was a lot of confluences on a specific candle because this was an engulfing candle right here. Plus it was Barak strat MPS V2. If I was to see another engulfing pattern, then I would maybe take it, but I wouldn't take two for Barak strat. I would just take one per momentum. Because the thing is, like for that specific strategy, you're looking for the breakout for that specific momentum, right? So you have price push up, retrace, and then you catch the breakout back up. So no, I wouldn't take two for Barak strategy, but I would use different patterns. So I would take maybe one for Barak strategy, and then if I see a V1 variation, like a double body rejection or double wick, maybe get in on that. If you see an engulfing pattern, maybe get in on that. Because this momentum can be used for like a lot of different price action patterns, right? The thing with this one is that this one came up with two, came up for the MPS V2, plus it came up with engulfing. So that was like a double confluence. So yeah, for Brock strategy, I would stick to like one strategy per momentum. But you can use different strategies with that one momentum. Like specifically, it would be like reversal strategies, right? Because you want price to push up, retrace, and come back up. So like V1s, momentum, reversals, V1 variations, V2, engulfing, etc. Because they'll can line up with like one of the entries. Barack said, maybe if okay and approvable, we can call it something like MPS V2. I think that's probably the best name for it, huh, Barack? So it's easier. Okay, we got a big order that just came in right now. We got 200 contracts of buys that just came in on the same price, 44,600. Bunch of buyers just came in right now. I'm not sure if there were orders that were getting, well, I'm pretty sure they weren't stops getting filled. This is a big area to be stopped out from. Okay, so they might be stops from like whoever took the sells earlier, because you can see over here, people probably took sells if you're taking the bigger move. Yeah, it seems like it was actually a stop that was filled because they came in at exactly the same price and exactly at the same time. So two buy orders right there at 44,600. Let me see what that's at. Yeah, it looks like they got stopped out right here. So we hit the liquidity target right there. It seems like someone probably took some sells here and then they just got stopped out right there. Huge order, 200 contracts all in like within the same time, same price. It was definitely the same person that got pulled out of that one. Yeah, and this time and sales thing is like really useful. It's basically reading the tape. I prefer time and sales versus order flow. I feel like order flow is kind of late. Like if you look at the order flow charts, it's I'm trying to put it up over here. So if you look at the order flow chart, it's kind of lagging because it shows you the candle, but like after the candle's already closed. With the time and sales, you see it happening in real time. Uh, yeah, because if you look at these here, like you got to wait for the candle to actually close to understand or to use the order flow. I mean, not that it's not that it's not a good tool, but I think you can do things a lot better with like time and sales, which is like more direct. Curious to see how this volume profile works. Let's just go back to like regular panels. There we go. All right, so nothing's happening here, guys. Price is still stuck within the sessions. You can see we have some big pushes back and forth, push down, push up, etc. I don't see any big orders come in the other direction. I just saw some big buy orders come in, but I think they're just the sellers getting stopped out from earlier this morning. Um, I mean, there's huge movement here, but I just don't see it on the tape. Let's see, Barack said, I think if we have a huge time and sales order that gets partially closed, we should expect price to come back to that direction. Yeah, there's a possibility. It just kind of depends on where the order is coming in from, Barack. So like we don't know if it's a new order or if it's like we don't know for sure if it's a new order or a stock getting filled. So as long as I stay focused on the time and sales for the whole session, I can see where like a lot of these orders are coming in. And then, if a similar order comes in the opposite direction, then it's usually just getting stopped out. So yeah, it does help a lot, especially if we're looking for entry. So whenever we're looking for an entry, Brock, like for the MPS V2, or if we're looking for anything else, I can look at the time and sales and I can see like as the candle is closing, is more orders coming in for a buy or more orders coming in for a sell? Because if that's the case, we can get in like maybe a second or 2 seconds earlier, and then we can ride that wave to our direction. So yeah, no, definitely. I'm kind of tempted now to like switch from, well, I'm gonna send a ticket to like Ninja Trader and see if they're ever gonna make a Mac platform for Ninja. Because if they make a Mac platform, I think it would be cool to have the time and sales like right here in the corner or on the side, so we can all see it. Otherwise, I might have just moved to a complete PC setup so that we can have everything on the chart. All right, guys, looking at current price, there's not really much going on here. 7:46 right now. We're getting closer and closer to 8 o'clock. So as we get closer to 8 o'clock, you can see the volatility here start to die down a bit. We're currently at 28 ATR, 29 ATR. And you can see the volatility is going to start to kind of die out a little bit. It's not dead yet, but it's going to start to die out a little bit as we continue on. Price is back in the consolidation range right here. So you can see how price faked out around this area. Pull back into the range. Here, I'm going to take a screenshot of the of my chart real quick so that we have markup of our entry for today. Just so that you guys can see the actual entry that was placed. This is the OTP on MPS V2 entry for 20 points. We got some team profits here. So here's Barack's profits. Barack killed it today. How much did you make, Barack? So Barack took 3 trades right here. It locked in 4,584.50 for the day. Nice work, Barack. Yeah, he took a liquidity push earlier and then also took the MPS V2. Pretty solid. Pretty solid move there. All right, we got about 10 minutes till 8, guys. If you guys have any questions, feel free to hop into the chat. Currently 27 ATR right now, so the ATR is starting to show that volatility is slowing down a little bit. I mean, there may be opportunity here for the MPS strategy for a sell, but I would just kind of be a little wary about the sells here. I just saw a bunch of sellers just come in. Oh, these are a lot. I saw about 50 contracts of like one contract sells that just came in. They filled pretty low. 44,544. Oh no, they filled pretty higher here actually. 44,544. Yeah, so they actually filled like way down here. They got bad entry, but they just really wanted to get into those sells. 43, 44. So this area right here, there's a bunch of sell orders that just got flooded in. They're like dark colored, so like these orders that got filled in for the sell, they kind of just got filled in, but they didn't care what price they were getting in at. They just wanted to get out of the position or get in for a sell. I color coded my time in sales, so like when it's like super dark on my chart, it shows that they got in at like bad pricing, which can mean a lot of things. It could mean like, it's either a hedge fund or a market maker just trying to get in at whatever price, or they're trying to offload their positions very quickly. Usually like market orders. All right, here we go as price pushes back up. Again, if price pushes up around this area, there's not going to be any area for us to take entry because we have the sessions and we have reach price right here. I'm going to start adding up my profits real quick before we. This is going to take a while, so. Yeah, let's get to it. Got 40 accounts here I got to account for. So 100 plus 90 plus 360 plus 85 plus 5. Fucked it up. Yeah. Let's see. 100 plus 90 plus 360 plus 95. 360 plus 85 plus 85. Man, I wish NinjaTrader would just show total. Instead of having to do individual accounts here. Fuck it up. All right, I'm just gonna do an estimate. I don't want to do all the math. It's way too much work for me. I'll just put about like approximately, just eyeball it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm gonna eyeball it. 3,200. That's one portion of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Actually, like a lot of profit today. All right. Okay, so I locked in approximately like 33,200 across all my accounts. I'm probably gonna have to take two separate screenshots because there's too many accounts here. I can't take them on one screenshot. Big order just came in. 50 contracts for a sell. Contracts for a sell right there. There's not much happening here, guys. I don't think there's going to be much else. It was only 50 contracts, so it wasn't a huge amount. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a screenshot of the hedge accounts first, and then I'll take a screenshot of the prop accounts because I got way too many accounts here. There's just not going to be, it's just not going to be possible. But yeah, guys, if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. I'm pretty much done trading for the day. It's about to be 8 o'clock. I'm just taking a screenshot of profits for the day. I actually didn't lock in as much profits as like usual because I took half risk. When I take these scalps, I take half risk. So I mean probably should have been double, but since I took half risk, it didn't equate to as much, which is fine. Still works out for me. Because in this situation, I can take two trades instead of just one. Okay, so let me post these over here. I mean, it's a ton of profits, so I had to segregate them. Okay, so here is a okay, so here are my profits, guys. Over here real quick. So here are all the profits for the hedge accounts. And then here are all the profits for prop accounts. So these are all live personal funds. This is like real money right here. I was traded. And then over here are the prop account funds for Apex, TraderFi, and Perdia. So not too bad. Pretty good overall. Approximately around how much profit did I lock in? 33,000. Day to kick off trading week. Yeah, so locked in about 33,200 in profit across all of the accounts. Obviously, there's a lot of accounts here, so I couldn't get the exact number, but it's kind of like a general computation of like everything that I locked in for the day. I just took one trade, guys. So I only took this trade right here. There was a lot of trades that came up. There was this one, they both hit TP, but I was only able to get into this one right here because of the red flags from earlier. So, which were decent. If I took the breakout today, I would have locked in a crazy amount of profit though, because that was 100 points. So we had a lot of entries that hit today, 3 scalp entries and the breakout over here for 100 points. So if I took the breakout, I would have been up like probably like almost 100K for the day across the accounts, because I would have taken more risk on this trade. But it's all good. I can't look back at it and just dwindle on that. It is what it is. If this continues to be the case and the breakout is going to be smooth again, then I'll start taking the breakouts. But as of now, I'm gonna stick to the scalps for now. Mickey C, can you show the color settings for time and sales? Yeah, sure. Let me take a screenshot of that for you. Just gonna take a screenshot of my whole screen again. A lot easier this way. Oops, about that. Put in the team chat. There you go, Mickey. I tagged you in it on the Discord so you can see it on there, right here in the team chat. So you guys can see over here. I know some of you guys are asking like, what is the main account that I trade my my copier on? So I trade my main account. You can see over here, you can see this as a real account because it doesn't have like all that. It doesn't say Apex or it doesn't say like Tradeify or anything like that. It just has numbers because this is my personal live account. So my personal live account is where I execute the trades, and then it copies to all of my Apex and all of my hedge clients, and I basically copy to like 40 accounts or maybe more. That's kind of where that's how it's set up. So this is my Replicano. I have it set to my leader account is my personal live funds account, and then I have pre-allocation. So I just set contract sizes per account. That's why all of these are like slightly different over here with regard to the profit, because they're all different contract sizes. So yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good day. Just took one trade, locked in some pretty good profit, and I think that's about it. Yeah, here are my settings, guys, if you guys are curious too. So I put it over here in the chat. These are my settings for my time and sales. Basically, like right here, I have my foreground. Like it's basically dark green. So regular sales are going to be regular lime green. Regular buys are going to be just regular red. And then the darker green ones are like when they're deeper. So like if you see a dark green, I'll make it bigger. So when you see it when it's dark green, that just indicates that like this, it indicates that the order right there is like it's a far out order. It's not like at bid. So like if it's above the ask or if it's at foreground or if it's somewhere like not where price is currently at, it's usually an order that needs to be filled, like they're trying to force the order in. And that's when it's darker. The light ones are regular orders, and then these darker ones are the deeper orders. And then I have the obviously daily high, daily low. When I have some crazy big orders, I have it in gold. And yeah, that's kind of where it's at. So, all right, guys, I think that's it for the day. It's 8:02 right now. We're past live trading time. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, we had a great week or a great day to start off this trading week. So a lot of good entries came in, the breakout, scalps, etc. And we'll continue on. So, all right, guys, I think that's it for the day. If you guys have any questions, reach out. Otherwise, if you guys have more profit to post up, feel free to send them over here in the team profits. And we'll continue on with this trading tomorrow. So, all right, guys, have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys back.